Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Human Design Weekly Energy Report with myself, Janet Hickox, and my partner in crime, Jason Livanis. Hello, Jason.
How are you?
How's it going for you? You know what? So far, so good.
Janet, I saw a fantastic movie with my nephew. I saw two fantastic movies with my 15-year-old nephew. If anyone who loves metaphysics and all that fun, magical stuff, which I'm sure a lot of the people who are into human design, who started out as Dungeon and Dragon geeks, please go see Doctor Strange. The magic is phenomenal. He's a sorcerer. And then go see Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Oh, the CGI in both of these movies, brain frying. The magic is, wow. I wish my wand had magic. Well, I mean, you know, actual magic. So I could turn a turd into money. Things like that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That's the expression, loose change. But never mind. Okay, I digress.
You're so funny.
Tell me what's happening with you, lady.
Just getting ready for Thanksgiving. This is going to be one of those busy, busy weeks. And guess what? This week, the sun is at gate 34, which is on the sacral, the red square, if you have it defined.
Okay.
Down toward the bottom. It is one up from the bottom in case you're a projector, manifestor, or reflector and don't have it defined. And it is the gate that is the busiest in the whole of the human design. It is called busy, busy, busy.
It's not the root, it's the sacral, the one above it.
The sacral, the second from the bottom.
I got it defined.
You have it defined. You have your sacral defined, but is it defined by gate 34?
Who knows?
It doesn't matter.
You're the one teaching me. I have no fucking clue.
You're supposed to know your own design. You're supposed to know
there.
your own design. I don't think you have gate 34. But gate 34 is a gate that we think of as a part of the archetype of the manifesting generator. And what do we know about manifesting generators? But they're busy, busy, busy. Busy doing what becomes the question. Busy doing nothing, thinking that they're doing things, but they're not. So this is a very busy gate, and of course it comes on one of the busiest weeks that we have, which is that holiday week of Thanksgiving. Now, you were just telling me before we started recording that you were at the store today. I was at the store yesterday, and oh my God, it was chaotic, and it was absolutely insane out there. Your experience? Yeah. Same thing?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't too bad at the moment, but I know that... for instance, for the vegetable, I always make spanakopita, the spinach pie, the Greek spinach pie. Yeah. And I know that I'm going to be going out on Wednesday to buy feta and all this other stuff, and I know it's going to be lunicile. But I think that's interesting, though, that the sun's doing this thing, and, of course, it's in sync with the holiday.
Absolutely in sync with the holiday. And there's a couple of things to remember about this gate then, because for example, you and I are generators, and generators, we don't have access unless you have this gate hanging perhaps, which you might, but I don't think you do, and I certainly don't. Then this is energy that comes in and is sort of alien to you, and it's going to be the energy of us trying to push to get things done rather than manifesting what it is we want done. And I even caught myself doing this morning, and I know you have a backache, poor baby. So I caught myself doing this morning.
You saw me adjusting, right?
I see you adjusting.
I was sitting here and I got a leg cramp, and I said, shit, go ahead, I'm good now.
Isn't getting old a hell-ish?
Oh. Not for the faint-hearted.
No.
Anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm blessed. I can walk.
Yay! So anyway, back to generators in this particular energy, then it can see us pushing instead of manifesting, because this is energy, of course, that triggers us into the busyness. So a kind of caution this week, make sure that you're not leaping into things or leaping from one thing to another, even though this may be one of those kind of weeks where you're leaping from, you know, business to pleasure to family to, you know, food to shopping to, you know, and then we have in the midst of all this included in this week, Black Friday. So there's a lot of energy out there. Now, the busiest people of all on the planet this week are going to be the projectors, manifestors, and the reflectors, because they're the ones that have the open sacral center. So they're the ones that don't normally have access to this energy, and they're going to be very busy because this is going to trick them into believing they have all of this energy. And so caution to them as well, rest. Take time to rest. This energy is not sustainable for you because it lasts a week. And if you blow out your energy now, what are you going to do at Christmas? Because there's a whole nother set of energies coming for the holidays as we get into December.
That's the sun, correct?
That's the sun. The sun is at the gate 34. Again, that's on the sacral, the second one up from the bottom.
Ooh, look at this cute little peepee.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna make this gallery view, and then you have to start talking so people can see.
All right, I'm gonna keep talking. So right here we have the Prince of Swords.
Swords.
Peepee, and brandishing his sword, receiving the light from above. Now, this is the Prince of Sword, Janet. This is not, the princess. This is not the prince. The knight, rather. This is the Prince of Swords, who is referred to as the rebel. He's the young guy. Here's my message for all of your viewers. Don't buy in to the hype.
So important.
This card is saying, I'm sorry, what is the name of this holiday again?
Thanksgiving.
I don't want to treat your viewers like they're assholes. So here it goes. Being thankful. People often ask me, well, what's your favorite holiday? And it's very simple. My favorite holiday first is Halloween because I'm a freak. But the second one is Thanksgiving because I often, when I'm doing life coaching, ask people to do a gratitude journal. And there are many reasons. You and I have discussed why. I'm not going to go into that hoopla now. But the fact of the matter is this is Thanksgiving. If you buy into all of that hazaras, all of the hype, I have to have this, I have to have that, it's got to be done. This is the rebel, which means stop.
Be different.
Be different. Think outside of the box. Do something different. And be true to your own self. Work on your own ideals. And this year, maybe make a ham if you like ham better. But if ever you get my drift, so the card is the rebel. It says, go ahead and be busy, but don't. It warns you because it asks you to be the rebel to do your own thing. For instance, my sister this year, this is the first time. She just doesn't have the time and doesn't want to make herself crazy. We're ordering a turkey to have it done already. It's $40. Not the most, not the least, but it's done. Now,
right.
I thought to her, oh, this is rebellious for her. This is not normal. So good for her. Everybody, get rest. Do not overdo it. Go ahead and be a rebel and say, maybe I won't. I'll just make the turkey, but I'll order in the sides. Or I won't.
Or do things in stages, right? You don't have to do it all on one day or the night before. You can start ahead of time and do things now.
Celestial sounds from the heaven.
Yes, that would be, sorry, I can't talk right now, kid. Unfortunately, I almost answered the call instead of.
I would have laughed. And hang on, guys. So anyway,
hey, Wesley, how's it going out there in Triton Harbor?
All right, talk to me. What's going on with our Earth this week?
Well, now, the Earth this week is at gate 20, and 3420, so 34 was at the sacral, gate 20 is up at the throat, right? That is the archetypal energy of the manifesting generator right there. So all of us who don't normally have access to gate 34 and gate 20 are suddenly manifesting generators, or we think we are. And so this is a week that's really going to trick us into the whole idea of multitasking and being too busy and not being, true to our own energy, forgetting to take rests. And that's so important if you're an open sacral. And so gate 20 energy specifically, though, is about the inherent wisdom that we have when we wait to express what we have to share with an invitation. Jason is laughing because I'm often talking to him about this.
Yeah, well, not just that, but I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going back to the little piece that I've spoken to you and I've said on your radio show a couple times about, that whole Johnny Carson, Shirley MacLaine thing where she says, I'm dancing in the light and I'm spiritual until I go home for Thanksgiving. And I'm just thinking, oh, sure. I can imagine all of these mild-mannered living design people just waiting to be elicited for their their comments while their mother is pushing their fucking button. Right. Anyway, okay, I find that funny.
This is an important thing to remember here, because really gate 20 itself is the expression of integrity. And integrity, I want you to remember that word because it comes up several times this week. And inherent in gate 20 is the ability to recognize other people's talents and their skills and their abilities, and taking time to, to listen to what's going on with your family, with your friends, and not being the hog of the table, as it were, the table conversation. When we get into Thanksgiving, align with your desires and your desire to share, but also allowing other people to share what's going on with them. I think this is funny because there's going to be a lot of unconscious people out there in your family who are just going to be yappy, 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 yappy. And so it may be one of those times, there are Thanksgivings in my house where the football game is on perhaps, and so we're not doing a lot of talking. I expect this is going to be a different Thanksgiving where everybody's vying for conversation time. So, remember to share the spotlight, and recognize that true power comes from waiting to be recognized to share what you have to say. And that comes with an invitation like, you know what, Jason, you're being awfully quiet. Why don't you share something with us now?
Thank you, Gianna. Well, I picked while you were talking, funny enough, so go ahead and switch your view while I'm talking.
Here we go. I'm going to switch my view. And we are now in gallery view.
This is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. And he is called the lifeguard. Can you see it clearly, or should I bring it in?
Yeah. No, I can see perfectly.
You see him here in his macrocosm, under the water referring to emotions, Pisces, emotions. And then you see the mini-me above. I'm going to bring that in closer.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
The mini-me, and he's got the conch, and he's, right. Okay. How do I say this? It's called the lifeguard.
Lifeguard. Saving lives.
I'm going to read you a little verbatim for what it says. Should the Knight of Cups break through to your reading, swim with him with an open heart into the world of emotions.
Oh, my.
The Knight of Cups is the person in your life or the aspect of yourself available to new emotional experiences. Learn how to distinguish between your emotions and use them as a gyroscope to help you maneuver in the world. Feeling stuck and shut down? Challenge yourself to break through the surface of your fears. Have you swum too far out? Do you need to be rescued? It's okay to ask for help. The Knight of Cups will come to you within and without. There is no shame. Your trip to the edge will provide you with valuable emotional information. Maybe you've already been to the edge and back. How can you use your experiences to help other people who have lost their way in the turbulence of self and world? Above all, assert your feelings, don't bottle them up, and let them out and explore with them. Now, I have to say that if that card isn't indicative of people losing their shit during the holidays at the dinner table, then nothing is. So here's the word of caution. Caution. Listen to me. I sound like I'm from Piscataway. Caution.
Where's Piscataway?
It's a Jersey, New York metropolitan thing.
Okay.
We've got this defined throat thing happening.
You do.
Well, I mean, doesn't everybody for the energies now?
Not necessarily. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You're absolutely right, because 3420 is going to make that throat defined and your sacral defined.
So This is going to give you all a little chutzpah. It's going to give you, okay, now is a good time to express your feelings, but I'm going to ask everyone in the audience to put this on a sticky, tattoo it to your forehead. Am I trying to contribute? Am I trying to control? I'll repeat that. Am I trying to contribute? Am I trying to control? This card is saying feel your emotions, use this period or this time at this Thanksgiving dinner to not be cut off, not do that. I'm just going to avoid this person. Maybe you can actually make and have some growth this time around because you're going to have the balls to speak up when invited. And if you're able to say things like, if now is a good time, I'd love to share with you the fact that all the years of being molested aren't really doing me good. No, I mean, all those years of that sacred special place. Now, what you want to be able to do is use that throat energy properly. Right. Make sure that if you're trying to help someone in the family who has an addiction or who has a problem, that you do it in the right way, because now you'll have the ability to do so, and you can come from a good emotional basis. That's my story.
And what a story, because some of the other inner planets, you know, Mercury is the planet of communication, and very much often the harbinger of energies to come, as in some of the time it's preceding the sun. So it's telling us like, where's our energy headed to? And right now it is kind of preceding the sun. And it's telling us about the energy of the trickster, gate 26, which is, remember I said back when we talked about the earth at gate 20, what we were going to start experience was the idea of integrity, and that it was going to come up a couple of times this week. It comes up in a big way on Thanksgiving Day, with Mercury moving into the gate 26, which is on the will center, the ego center. So communication becomes ego-centric. This is the gate of the salesman.
Are you for real?
No.
During this exact holiday, the ego and the... oh my God, there are not enough drugs in the world for this. Okay, go ahead.
So here you have the energy, again, of integrity, right? This, by the way, this is called the gate of the salesman. So it's the gate of actually closing the sale, right? Taking it to its close. Yeah, you have no hair, unfortunately.
Go ahead, Cher. I'm loving your Cher moment. Go ahead.
If I, can put it on your head.
It's so pretty. I'm very jealous, but go ahead. All right. So that was Earth and Sun, and now we're discussing Mercury.
Mercury, so at gate 26. So this is a gate of integrity. And so we have the energy in this gate for the truth or not, right? Because the trickster, sometimes you are hearing the truth and other times you are not. Think of the energy of the salesman. And when the salesman is doing his job correctly, he or she is selling you something that you really need, and appropriately addressing the real qualities of the object or the thing that you're purchasing, and he's doing that, or she's doing that with integrity. And integrity for those of you who've been to my classes, you know that I'm big on this word, because I think integrity is not a moral issue. Integrity in the real world, it is based on the word integument, which is the skin. So integrity is being true to yourself, being true to you, staying within your own skin. So if you're not a psychologist who can appropriately speak to what it's like to experience abuses or sexual abuse, then don't speak to it this weekend or this week. Don't speak to things that you don't have the qualification to speak to. Don't get drug into traumas and dramas around the table. You're going to have to be the one, because other people who are not aware of this energy may find themselves getting drugged into delivering a message that isn't in alignment with integrity. So very careful here. And I wanted to say one other thing, because you started talking about the lifeguard card, and about how... Yeah, say that 10 times fast.
Lifeguard card, go ahead.
And about the sensitivity of that card, or the emotional energy around that card. Well, Mars, which is a planet of conflict and confrontation in regular astrology, in human design, it kind of triggers our immaturity. It kind of shows us where we have things to mature through. He's sitting at the root center at gate 19. The root's the very bottom center. Gate 19 is the gate of sensitivity. And this is a gate that's very emotionally sensitive. It's sensitive to innuendo. It's sensitive to the actual outright words that other people may say. It may be sensitive to the food or to the environment, to the fabrics and materials and things like that. So the whole of this week is also very sensitive to all of the energies that we're putting out, and including you. I mean, you as an individual, if you don't normally have gate 19, you are also sensitive. So remembering, though, that other people may not be as conscious as you are, may not use the energy in a conscious and enlightened way. So it's up to you to maintain your own boundaries, right? And to make sure that you're using the emotional energy that's appropriate for a gathering of families and friends during this week.
that being said, let's do a little testy clay, shall we?
What is that?
A made-up French word for test and or testicles. If you are going to deal with a large group of family that you know could be confrontational, charged with bristly, time-balmy things, what would be the one, even though it's not really an emotion, we only have 4 emotions, but most people don't know that, what would be the one feeling or thing that you can emanate that will dismantle everything? The Beatles wrote a song about it. All you need is
love. I'm going to go one further because I'm going to tell you that Venus is at the gate of joy still, remember? So if we can lean that direction, joy, which is an expression of love.
You're being premature.
Now, setting the stage. Lovers.
Fix your screen.
Speaker view.
You got it?
Got it. Nice.
What is it? It is love.
Lovers.
Love. But look at the love. What do we have here?
Well, it looks like 2 males.
2 men.
Fire, love, passion.
As you know, in my card, I have male, female, 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 male, male.
Right.
It really, just as the Greeks, that's a bad segue, but just as it, oh my God, it doesn't get better. Okay, can't write this stuff up. Just as the Greeks have many words for the word love, there's agape, there is eros. We can keep going. It's a very descriptive language. My cards have 3 lovers in it because it denotes a certain kind of love. So this Thanksgiving is going to be all about gay homosexual love. No, that's not right. It's going to be it's going to be all about love. But when we have 2 men, it's a love that is aggressive, which means there are some times, you know, you walk into a metaphysical store and you hear the chimes and there's music and wonderful incense. It's not hard to love when you're in an environment like that. You kind of walk in and it's wah. You come home and your alcoholic aunt is boozing it up. You've got kids that are unruly because their parents didn't raise them properly. Things are burning in the... It's a little harder to be like, oh, unless you've taken Klonopin or Xanax, which I don't want anybody doing when drinking, but this card talks about love. Now, what I love about love, and it dovetails perfectly into what you were saying, I was like, wow, you couldn't make this any better. Again, I'm going to read you a little verbatim because I think that he writes it even better than myself. It says here, love is hard work. Love is hard work because it requires you to confront your unconscious projections. This can be,
that's perfect.
Yeah, this can be a psychologically painful process. But when used as a vehicle for moving beyond ego, what you said, the ego talk, the ego, fuck you. When moving beyond the ego, love opens your heart to the beautiful wholeness of reunified spirit. Love is worth the many risks. Open yourself up, be a lover, and I suggest when you go see your mother, everyone, this week, you damn well better bring flowers. Start on the right foot.
Nice, yes. Great thing to say. You know what just came up in my head was that during Thursday's radio show, there were a couple of people who you drew that exact card for. So it seems to be a theme that's running through the collective as to, you know, keeping love in the forefront. You know, the news tells us all kinds of crap and it's never very loving. So turn the news off and just get into the idea of love. And sometimes radical love is what is required.
And on that note, you know, even when you do see them put on something for a human interest, it's always something stupid. It's never something like, oh, look at that. You know, this person was saved, or this, you know, like, look at the donations that were made, or look at it's, you know, somebody got a medal. Okay, you know, or look, how
about those Seahawks and that move? Russell Wilson made a touchdown yesterday when Doug Baldwin threw him a pass instead of him throwing the pass to Doug Baldwin. Awesome. I'd myself.
You'd like to talk to me? Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Can you talk to me about Venus?
No, well, Venus was about the love message, right? The joy of being together, the energy of bliss, right?
I lost track. Go ahead.
That's okay. Now I'm going to head out to Jupiter and Saturn, because both of those planets, Jupiter changed gates last week, or at the end of this week, last week. I'm always confused because next week hasn't started until tomorrow. We're filming this a day before. It's the next week. So in the last day of this week, Jupiter moved into the gate of intuition. So I think we brought that up last week, and everybody to start paying attention more to the messages coming up from within, and paying attention to your gut or your instinct. But Saturn, one of our other outer planets here, also changes gates this week. And this week it changes out of the gate 5, which is the natural rhythm and natural cycles and that type of thing, into gate 26, the same gate that Mercury, the little messenger planet, is sitting at, telling us again about being in integrity. Saturn will be sitting long-term at the will center now, and the will center is that little red triangle, if you have it defined, that's just below the identity center, which is a yellow diamond if you have that defined. About 7/8 of the population does not have access to willpower, and now suddenly there's this little hanging gate off of the willpower called integrity, and waiting for it to join up with something that I find really interesting in the political landscape, and that is about taking the best that we know from the past and marrying it to something new, something non-traditional, something that's extraordinary, and it sets us up for the possibility of what's to come in the future. So we have some really interesting energies now long-term about being within our own integrity, right? Staying true to ourselves, staying out of the lies.
This Jupiter-Saturn thing happening, moving into when, where, how, when?
Oh, sure. Well, let's see. Jupiter moved into gate 57 today, the 21st. So this is the first time that we're experiencing Jupiter at gate 57. And Jupiter spends a great deal of time here, as it will retrograde. Let's see, all of the month of December it sits here, and then retrogrades briefly back to another gate. We'll talk about that more in December, but we have a long-term shot at being able to listen to our instinct, to our inner selves. Saturn on, I threw my book, Saturn on the 25th, so Black Friday, moves into the gate of integrity, right? So be aware, other people might be trying to sell you a bill of goods. Don't listen. Be in your intuition so that you can make the right choices, the ones that are right for you. Stay true to your type, stay true to your strategy, and also remember that any dealings that you have with other people, stay in your integrity. Make sure you're representing yourself, your product, your life appropriately and with truth and not with falsehoods. It's Saturn energy. You will be punished if you don't. I mean, things will come to light very quickly. This is a kind of, I like this energy because, number one, it completes a channel for me from the spleen up to the will center, which we'll talk about maybe on another day. But I like this energy because as we are in a transition movement from one administration to another, there's going to be a lot of pressure from the people to make sure that whatever the new administration does is within integrity. I mean, he said some pretty key things, and there are going to be people that are going to be holding him to that. His tendency is going to be to backpedal, right? To, I think, the energy here is we're sold a bill of goods, and now what are you going to do about it? So it'll be interesting to watch the political landscape, at least over the next month or two, as we get ready for the inauguration and so forth with Saturn at the gate of integrity. The gate of the trickster. And is Donald Trump the trickster, showing us one face in the election and then another face afterwards? We shall see. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a perfect face. You know what it reminds me of? The two drama masks, the sad face and the happy face. That's kind of that energy that we're, one's the truth, one's not. Did you ever see the movie The Labyrinth? With it was David Bowie was in it, and what was that girl? Jennifer Connelly, I think, was her name. Is her name? I think Jason's frozen because he should have responded by now, and he's not.
Hello?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were
something happened with the internet out of our control, folks. Sorry about that. So can you just quickly go back to the yin and yang, happy, sad theater face?
I was talking about the fear face and the two drama masks, and then I was asking you if you remembered the movie The Labyrinth with David Bowie in it and Jennifer Conlon, and she's up at the doors and she has to, determine who's telling the truth. And one mask was telling the truth, one wasn't, and she had to determine which one was telling the truth and which one was the liar. And oh my God, that's the energy that we're going to be experiencing here probably for a long time. As I look at the book, let's see, gate 26, all through the rest into the new year, we are dealing with the energy of the trickster. So I'm not sure that that's where Donald Trump really wanted to begin his presidency, is with that energy. But we shall see. Maybe it's good for us.
Are you wondering why I went?
Yeah. What was that about?
Because I'm not crazy about what I have to tell you.
Uh-oh. Is this another card? Should I make your face big?
Yeah, well, we'll get to it. Let's just, it's very funny because the one card, okay, so I pulled two cards, one for Saturn, one for Jupiter, and the one for Saturn couldn't be worse. And especially during this time. So this is a real card of warning again. Sorry, folks, just deal with it. And then the one, of course, of Jupiter is diametrically opposed to absolutely wonderful. So let's begin with the bad, and then we'll go, well, no, because the Jupiter is a very simple card, okay? So go ahead and bring it on up. Here is the Jupiter card. We've had this before. One of my favorite ones.
Nice. It's the Four of Swords, is it? Or Four of Wands?
Okay. And it's beautiful. Look at the oranges that the hands are picking. It looks very Valencia. It looks very happy. It's called the Rewards card. This is the card that asks you to take stock. Look in your cupboards. Donate what you don't need. Be thankful. It's incredible. I could just read it word for word if you wanted. Be thankful for what you have. Give to others. Bring people that are orphans to your table who don't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. This is the card that says you've done well. You're reaping the benefits. It says throw a party. Literally, this is when I get this card, I tell people you need to become social and throw a party. And that's kind of interesting, I think, if you think. However,
oh, Saturn.
7 of discs.
That looks like spider webbing.
Well, these are 7 balls that are marbleized. They are hiding. They're in a muck of darkness and a quagmire of thickness. This is a card that is called Fear of Failure. However, interesting enough, you used a word when you were going through your yin and yang thing. Mm-hmm. Whenever this card comes up for me, even before I started studying the tarot, this card is the card of liars.
The trickster.
Of being lied to. So you said, be careful of the salesman selling you a bag of shit. Well, no, those weren't your words, but those are my words. This is a card of making sure that whatever you buy, folks, that's Black Friday thing that every woman flips out over. I shouldn't say every woman.
Not me.
Exactly, because you play football. You love football. You're normal. Anyway, so this is the card that says, hi, Loki. This is a card that, I love that dog. This is a card that says a couple things. Sometimes I could see it setting the stage, so I'm warning everyone. There was a show, I think, and it was with Meryl Streep and the girl from Pretty Woman, something of August, that came out just about a year ago. And it's all about this woman taking care of her, coming back home to take care of her mom because the husband left, Sam Shepard left. It's something of August and something. Anyway, yeah. One of those movies like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, where when it's done, you sit there going, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
At the dinner table, there's this wonderful moment where who's the girl from Pretty Women? What's her name again?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts has been taking care of her mother, and the mother's just she's dying of cancer, and she's sort of aggressive and mean, and she's wearing her wig and this and that, and she has nothing nice to say. And Julia Roberts goes out of her way to make fish. She puts it down. She says, "Go ahead, Mama, eat your fish." And she looks at it, she goes, "I'm not hungry." And Julia, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. She loses it. She says, "Eat your fish, Mama." And she goes, and I champion everyone to go on YouTube and type this in: "Eat the fish, bitch." Julia Roberts goes, "Eat the fish. Eat it. Eat the fish, bitch." It's hysterical. It's when people just finally lose it at the dinner table. So what I'm going to tell you is, a lot of times when families get together, somebody gets a little too saucy, and secrets come out. So I'm telling you psychically what I see. I bet you we're going to have people contacting us. Watch out. Literally, take that love card that I told you about and work hard. Sons of bitches, work hard, because I have a feeling people are going to be hearing things that are unexpected. Secrets. What?
Wear pinks. Wear light colors. Don't wear red.
Now, that being said, I really was not going to talk about politics anymore now that fervor is over. But you brought it up. So, secrets. I wonder how many more secrets are going to come out of this person not paying his, bills, or his, what's it called? Taxes and all that stuff. And God knows whatever else. So you brought it up. I'm just piggybacking. Throw a party. Jupiter is saying enjoy it. Be benevolent. Bring people in. And the other card is saying batten down the hatches, folks. It's going to be a doozy. That
just about sums it up. I guess the biggest point that we can make here is that everybody stay in their own energy, right? Stay loving and kind.
I love you, Janet. You are so trying to spin. So I love you. You're trying to spin something good here. When in the back of your mind, you're going, "Oh, God, why am I even trying this?" Because
that's not true. That's not true, okay. Because I believe that it's within all of us to be loving and kind, and to hopefully, in the face of eat the fish, Mom, eat the fish, that we could allow Mom to just have her moment, to be sensitive and emotional and have her issues and not buy into it, right? If you don't buy into it, if you don't put your energy into it, then it can diffuse the whole situation. Stay in your own skin, right? That's what integrity means. In your own skin.
All right, and that's great. But if I was going to warn people, I would say less is more when it comes to drinking and drugs.
Oh, definitely.
Because with this energy afoot, I'm telling you, with this energy afoot, people start to get lubricated, and they start to get, I don't need you, and I don't need you. And
you do that really well.
I come from a long line of crazy Greek people. There was wine on my table from the year 5 on. We were taught substances so that we understood how to respect them, which a lot of Americans don't.
No, that's true.
We were taught, this is normal. You have it in moderation, blah, blah, blah. But I have been around Americans, or I should say I'm an American because I was born here, but I've been around, quote, 3rd and 4th generation Americans where they can't wait to get trash, and it's an excuse to run to the bottle or the pot or whatever, and then, Mom doesn't want to eat it, and then...
and then she wears it instead.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, good luck, everyone. And try and heed, you know what? This is my wish. This is my wish for everyone. To realize how lucky they are to have a turkey, a warm house, clothing on their back, and even at least a couple people in the room that they love. Please invite people from the neighborhood who don't have someone. Please, we need to increase the good vibe. And if not, take your Klonopin and shut the hell up.
Guess how many people are going to be at our Thanksgiving feast?
14.
27. My daughter's insane. 27 people. It's going to be fun.
My days of hosting that kind of stuff are over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's awesome, I think. But you know the good part about that, Janet, is that with that many people, there's a lot of diffusing. There's a lot of, yes.
Right. A lot of different people to go talk to, a lot of different things that can come up. It'll be fun. So
Wonderful.
That's all I have for everybody this week, except to say that from the bottom of my heart, I am filled with gratitude for those of you who listen to us each week as we present our weekly energy reports. For those of you who tune in and listen to our radio shows on.
Tell them about the radio show.
I will tell them. And so I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and peace and joy, and as we enjoy our families and our friends. And Jason, what were you just saying about the radio shows?
Okay, so just so that everybody knows, we are not abandoning you. We love you. But this week, my radio show on Wednesday, 4 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock my time, is going to be a repeat of last week's show. And Janet is going to pick one of her many illustrious shows to play again on Thursday, because who the hell's listening to my show on Wednesday? Everybody's busy baking and doing things, and Thursday everybody's cavorting. So just so everyone knows, there's going to be a repeat show this week, but we still love you. We're not abandoning you. And much past that, the people that want to get in touch with you for a human design chart and for a reading can find you at
www.living-astrology.com. And Jason, you can be found at
www.titillating tarot with Jason Livanis. One word, 2 L's and titillating. Titillating tarot with Jason Livanis.com. You can reach me there and get in touch with me. I love you, my blue-eyed goddess. I hope you have a fantastic time. I'm sure I'll talk to you anyway, but thank you for this opportunity. Everybody be peaceful. Mwah.
Happy Thanksgiving. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Jason.
Bye.